A question that I get asked pretty often is, where do I get the majority of the mods over on my car? And I will say there are so many different websites that offer a variety of different parts that include suspension and exterior, interior, and performance. You name it, the list can keep going on and on and on. And in this video, we're going to be talking about some mods that you can get for your car through some of the websites I personally shopped for and I personally enjoyed, and also some websites as well that you can find replacement parts if you're not really trying to look for modifications for your car and you're not trying to go pizzazzy on me. And for those of you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Logan and I own a 2014 Mustang base model. Nothing special, it's just a basic ass rental car at the end of the day. But a lot of things I do have on my car aren't things that you can't really find online. So that's where your creativity and your artistic mind comes into play when you want to start creating and designing parts that you don't see online. Or maybe there's some things on here that can give you ideas so you can go out on your own limb and start creating this stuff for yourself. Because some of these things you can't just click and buy. Like a lot of the stuff I do have actually have come from Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware and just shit out of the trash. Like a lot of the stuff I have on my car was just stuff when I didn't have money or I had resources at the palm of my hand that I wanted to take advantage of. And that's why I went ahead and decided I'm going to jump on my own limb and be able to get this stuff to make it how I want it to look, because some of these websites don't offer it. And some of these websites that offer you parts if you're not trying to look to modify your vehicle, but also some other websites as well that's going to offer you modifications and make your ride look badass. Jumping into our very first website, we're going to be talking about Rock Auto. And for those of you guys that don't know what Rock Auto is, they offer a variety, and I mean just a shit ton of OEM parts for your car that you can't really find anywhere else online. My buddies and I absolutely love shopping with them, and they offer a lot of really cool gifts on top of the product that they also sell as well. This website is awesome because, like, for example, let's just say we're going to be shopping for a Ford Mustang. We need to go figure out exactly what is wrong with, let's just say, a water pump, for example. So I'm going to go to a 2014 Mustang, considering I do have a 2014 Mustang. We are going to go to the 3.7 model. And for those of you guys that like the pictures and shit, this website is not for you, because there is absolutely no pictures that really goes along with this until you get to the point of exactly what you are looking for. So you actually had to use your brain a little bit and read a little bit. It would be under the cooling system. Now you jump all the way down to water pump. And as you guys can see, they have multiple different options with a variety of different price ranges that go from what looks like $26 all the way up to $117. Now, I will say you have to do your homework when it comes to searching for this stuff, because you just don't want to buy the wrong part for the wrong make and model, because sometimes, as you guys can see, it fits ST model, which that seems like it might be for like a Ford Focus or something like that. Could be wrong, but based off this little picture here, it kind of looks like it could be for a Mustang or not. But aside from that though, you can see that there's other options that they say for only a base model, or maybe only for a 5.0. So those are some things you have to do look into when it comes to buying products on here, especially if you're having to read into the fine details like how Rock Auto is. So the next website we're going to be talking about is Parts Geek. I don't really shop on Parts Geek that often, but just like Rock Auto, they offer so many different products, and they are a very reputable and genuine brand. I have shopped on here maybe once or twice before. The product came in very quick, very fast, and they offered a lot of great deals. And as you can see right here, you can always save up to 80% off on the product list prices, so there's always some sort of deals going on. Now, don't expect every product to have a deal on it, but you never know when the deal pops up, so it's nice to be able to look for those things in your inbox or whatever the case may be. We're going to stick with the Ford Mustang, because that's what this channel is really about. So we're going to go right into Ford Mustang, click on search parts, and as this one is kind of a little bit different from Rock Auto, is that they do have a lot of different pictures, and you can kind of figure out exactly what looks like what on your car. So for those of you guys that don't really know the names on your car like how I don't, then having these pictures are nice. Like for example, you know that there's a fog light cover because clearly it says fog light cover, and on top of that as well, I've touched this before, so I know exactly what that product looks like and is. And so as you keep moving forward and forward into it, there's so many different other features on here that you wouldn't usually find on other websites online. This is one of those great websites where you can find OEM parts for a very reasonable price. Now, another website I have not used before, but I've been wanting to use it for quite some time already, is Parts Farm. I ended up finding them actually off Instagram, and I don't know how big of a company they really are, but based off what their website is based around and some of the products and features and photos that they have shown, it seems like they are a pretty good reputable company. But I'm not going to say that that's true because I've never shopped with them before. But just overall, the whole website is just based off of used Mustang parts, and also I believe they also had Camaros and they had Corvettes and other different features. But you can get like Brembo brakes on here that are used off another Mustang, or even for example, one time on here, and I almost bought this, and they had a glass roof for a 2013 Mustang that didn't come on a lot of models, and from my understanding they only produced on 4,000 Mustangs, and I saw one on here and I almost jumped on it, but my experience level with that stuff is like slim to none, and I don't know how the hell I would do it. But they can find really rare parts on here. Some of these things you might not find online, you could find on the parts farm. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm looking for. Sometimes I do, and whenever I'm looking through this website, just browsing, it's nice to be able to see some of those things where like, oh, they do have, like, for example, an aftermarket muffler, for example, for a 2013 to 14 Mustang GT50. Then you also have these very nice set of wheels. Maybe they only sell 3, maybe they sell 4, but then again, this is a used product site, so whatever you do find, don't expect it to be perfect, and if it is brand new, they would definitely list it in there, I would assume. So this is a great website if you're just looking for something that's affordable, but also at the same time too, maybe there's some products that they don't sell anymore and you want to try to find it on here. They're always updating their website. I do check out this website every once in a while, and I think this is a really cool place to find some really cool and rare stuff. Now moving on to the next website, and you guys are all pretty familiar with this, and I don't really like shopping here that often because it's kind of just mainstream, but sometimes I have to go on here and just purchase stuff on here anyway because it's the only other place I can find it, and that is everyone's favorite, AmericanMuscle.com. And as you guys all know, they always offer some great discount codes, some great deals on here. You got free 2 to 3 day delivery on orders that are over $119. You can sign up for an account, and I've also seen on here as well, Black Friday they got deals going on. They always have something going on for a holiday theme, or if they have whatever the case may be. I could literally talk about this all day. And as you guys can see, I recently viewed something not too long ago, and it was some BMR differential bushings that were around $50. Realized after doing some homework, as I'm hoping that you guys are able to do after watching this video, depending on what product you buy, the last thing I want to do is buy a product and there's also another part to it as well that could be replaced and made that part a lot better. We're going to go into the exhaust portion of this because everyone seems to love exhaust videos. And add an impressive sound with a catback exhaust system. Shop catback exhaust. And this one in the picture is a GT, and this isn't just specifically for 3.7s, this isn't specifically for 5.0s. You can shop with a variety of different vehicles on here. I think you can shop Chargers and Camaros as well. So they have axle backs, they have mid pipes, they have headers, they have a bunch of different things. Just be careful whenever it comes to shopping on just any of these websites. Because a lot of these websites will overcharge, or even like for example on Black Friday, where like you might see a product is $200 usually, then on Black Friday they might make the retail price $219 and they'll make the actual Black Friday price $200. I've noticed that on a variety of different websites as well, so just be careful whenever it comes to shopping and looking for exactly what you want, and just try to price out everything you do and just try to shrink it till you find the best deal you possibly can. And another thing I also want to bring up as well, and I don't have it listed up over on my pins already over on the internet shit that I'm using, is Rakuten. Rakuten is a great website that you're able to get money back on products whenever you decide to purchase them. Pretty much all you do is just sign up and they just send you a check depending on how much you spend. So let's just say, for example, you decide to shop American Muscle, and let's just say they are part of American Muscle, and let's just say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go buy some headers. And if my thing would load, perfect. Let's just say I'm buying these ones right here, these BBK long tube headers, and they're $600. And let's just say, for example, I get a 10% off of $600. 10% off would be toward Rakuten, for example, able to get $60 back. Now, if you think even more further into that as well, if you use a credit card and you have rewards over on your credit card, and let's just say you get 1% back on whatever purchases you get, you're also adding more of a discount on top of your Rakuten discount, and so that could save you money overall. Let's just say you want to use Honey, for example. I know plenty of you guys have heard of the Honey browser before. Once it's linked on, it's able to scan through any website that you're searching up that you plan on buying something off of, and it tells you if there's any discount codes available for whatever product you're deciding to buy. And one thing I absolutely do love about American Muscle is I do offer a lot of photos and customer reviews, because I'm a big stickler when it comes to customer reviews, because if I don't see what the customer or the person who has originally bought this product has to say about it, I don't know if I want to buy it. I want to see the negative reviews. I don't really care about the positive reviews, because if I see a lot more negative reviews than positive, that tells me something, and vice versa. So another website that I kind of briefly shop on as well, but sometimes they offer products that American Muscle doesn't have, and that is CJ Pony Parts. Again, this is one of those websites that's just like American Muscle, and they offer tuned, they offer floor mats, as you guys can see right here, and they offer a lot of OEM parts and modified parts as well for your car. Let's just say 2014 Mustang once again, because we're just sticking on to that. And
let's just say I'm looking for steering wheels. Oh, actually, shit, no, I'm gonna look at wiring harness. I do need a wiring harness. Well, I guess we're not. We're looking at steering wheels. I guess the computer doesn't want me to doing it. So we're looking at an Alcantara steering wheel that's going for $319, and they offer, obviously right here, you have reviews. You can make yourself your own account as well. You have a chat bot available, which was just like American Muscle that I didn't end up bringing up earlier. And what's cool about a chat box is you're able to talk to somebody or a computer to kind of get the best information you possibly can, depending on what you're trying to ask. And as you guys can see over on the right hand side, I have a honey browser right here, so it tells me what coupon codes are available, and it says there is one coupon for this. So if I decide I want to go ahead and buy this steering wheel, then there's a discount that could be on top of it. Even if it's 1% off, you're still saving yourself a little bit of money overall. And you can see right here it's in stock, which is nice because it tells me I don't have to wait on a back order on something. And then you're shopping CJ Pony Parts West Coast, so I know that I'm not shopping something that's going to be on the East Coast and take forever to get to where I need it to be. So moving on to our next one, and this one I have shopped on before, and a lot of you guys I think are slacking on this one, and that is Zeta Composites. I've shopped on here quite a few times already, and as you can see, they have a catalog full of carbon fiber pieces for your car. So if you're looking for a carbon fiber steering wheel, as we were just looking at the Alcantara one, you could pay double from what you paid from the last website on this. And as you can see too, they got a little bit of a sale going on. Now again, trailing back to what I talked about earlier, you want to make sure that this $695 that they did offer on there, we'll see if there's even better options on other websites as well that offer these carbon fiber pieces, because if you're looking for a carbon fiber steering wheel, you want to find the best possible choice. Now you don't want to cheap out like how I have in the past, because you'll end up finding out later that you're going to be spending a lot more money than you really want to. You can get carbon fiber deck lids. I absolutely want this GT500 rear diffuser valence, this carbon fiber piece, but that thing is a whopping $770, so I need to move this sale over here, and I think I would be a little bit more interested in it. But they have so many different carbon fiber pieces as well for this website that it's crazy. And I know this was a pretty hot popular option as well, which is only 29 bucks. It's actually not that bad. You get a carbon fiber sticker for the center of your steering wheel, which I actually got on my car. I was looking everywhere for one, and I am so glad that I ended up getting one because it makes the steering wheel look so much more better. They also look like they offer interior Alcantara as well. Don't know how good it looks, and it doesn't look like it wants me to look at it anymore, so that means we're moving on to the next one. Throttle offers so many different discount codes, and as you can see, the very first thing that pops up is Throttle. 15% off when you sign up for emails and texts. 15% off is really good, and I've noticed whenever I've come on Throttle, they always have discount codes going on, so you can never miss out on a discount, which is really nice. And one really cool thing about Throttle as well is that they always have a giveaway card that they're doing. And on top of that, to the side, even if I'm winning a card, maybe I get that 15% off. I move over to the right, as you guys can see, as I talked about earlier, the Rakuten activate a 2.5% cash back. And let's just say, for example, I wanted to go ahead and buy something. We're going to go to what my buddy Jacob has, and he has a 1999 Acura Integra. So you have the Alpha Series 94-01 Acura Integra radiator, which $210 isn't that bad. So Jacob, I know you're going to be watching this video at some point. Maybe this is something you're going to be interested in. Maybe it's only for an automatic, maybe it's for a manual, I don't know, don't care, that's something you're gonna have to search up. So moving on to the next one, and I haven't shopped on here often as well, but I know a lot of people do like shopping on here, and I'm adding it anyway, and that is LMR. I don't have a lot to say about LMR because I've never really shopped on here before, other than I think maybe one other time. It's like up here, they offer stuff for the Lightning, the Mustang, the Bronco, and 2005 to 14 front tow hook, no welding required. I know that's a lot of things a lot of people like, for example, the tow hooks on the front of their cars. You can actually get a legit tow hook and not some of that sticky shit you stick on your bumper. I know for sure a lot of you guys have heard about this brand already before, and if you haven't, you are definitely missing out. They're one of those brands that I have seen, and I have not really bought from them before, other than I believe it was an A-arm brace. Aside from that though, they offer pretty much what they're known for are their turbo kits. Everybody seems to absolutely love them. As I just said right here, for $3 grand, you can get a rear mounted turbo kit for a 2011 through 2014 3.7 liter Mustang. For anybody who's interested, because I know there's going to be one person out there like, please click it, please click it, please click it. Clicking on for you, buddy. As you can see, they have that rear turbo on the back, and it looks like they might have like an oil sump can of some sort. What does the kit include? They showed all these different features, the cap, blah, 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 because when you're spending at least $3,000 on a product, you're going to be asking questions about that. But they got tuners, they got intake manifolds, they have spark plugs, they have custom made items. There it is, bam, $1,400. These intake manifolds look so good. For those of you guys that have been always wanting to change your intake manifold, this will make your 3.7 liter stand out like crazy. I was about to say nuts, but that wouldn't make sense. This would look great. Now, I had a few concerns about it when it comes to like emissions or anything like that. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, and also the tuning as well. Now, a place I shop for a lot, and a lot of you guys are probably gonna cringe when you see this, but I love shopping on eBay. eBay offers anything and everything you're looking for, especially parts like, for example, Parts Farm, where they have a lot of used and different unique parts. I'm not going to go too deep into it because you guys all know what eBay is. Sometimes they have deals going on, as you guys can see up here, but we're not over here trying to shop for snowblowers. Now, the next website I'm going to talk about that I think is amazing when it comes to suspension parts is UMI Performance. I don't really feel like they get the credit that they deserve. I've seen them at SEMA before. They offer so many great parts for so many different vehicles, but again, we're going to continue on with Mustang parts because, again, this is pretty much what I shop for, because why would I shop for anything else, to be honest with you? As you can see, they do have front strut tower braces for 2005 to 2014 Mustang. That's around $189. Now, you can find better deals out there, but it just depends on what your style is. They do offer one in black, and they also offer one in red. I personally like the black. A lot of people like the red, but I think the black just keeps it OEM and simple. Now, if you want red, it's going to make it a lot more eye-catching. Now, they do have sway bars on here as well. There's 35mm tubular adjustables, pretty much which means you can adjust your sway bar however you like. They also have them in black if you want them in black, and they also come with what it looks like on here. Some bushings on there to make sure that your shit's set in place and not clunking and clanking wherever you're driving, sounding like a rusted-up wagon. Then you move on to lower control arms, which I do have on my car, and they are actually really good. I am so glad I bought these because it really changed the wheel hop over on the car and it made the rear end a little bit more stable. Actually, a lot more stable. You have 2005 to 2014 Ford Mustang subframe connectors that are welded in. I ended up actually buying mine off BMR. I had them welded in by one of my buddy. Now, you can go with so many different styles, but if this is something you may be interested in, then you could definitely get one here. And they also have a bolt-in too, so if you don't want to pay money for welding, which I recommend that you should, then you can go ahead and do the bolt-ons. I don't think I've ever experienced any sort of like discounts on here, but their products will make you more than happy. Trust me.